All right, let's talk about something we all struggle with, procrastination. In this explainer, we're going to break down a really powerful mental switch that can get you moving even when you feel totally, completely stuck. You know that feeling, right? You've got this mountain of work in front of you, a huge project, a messy house, whatever it is. And just looking at it is paralyzing. You tell yourself, oh, I'll get to it when I feel motivated. But that feeling, it never seems to show up. And that whole waiting game, well, that leads us straight into something called the motivation trap. It's a super common way of thinking, but honestly, it's a completely flawed way to think about getting things done. Yeah, this is the trap right here. We treat motivation like it's some kind of magic lightning bolt that has to strike us before we can even start. We're just sitting around waiting for a feeling to arrive before we take any action. So let's put a name on it. The motivation trap is this mistaken belief that motivation has to come before you do anything. Feeling first, doing second. But what if we have that completely backward? Okay, this is where we flip the whole script. We assume the formula is get motivated, then take action. But the reality? It's the exact opposite. Action is what actually creates the motivation. And this right here is the game changer. It's not about waiting around to feel motivated. It's about creating it yourself. And you create it by just starting, by doing something, literally anything. Let me show you how it works. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Motivation isn't the fuel you need to start the car. It's the awesome feeling of momentum you get once the car is already rolling down the hill. It's a reward you get for doing something, not a ticket you need to buy to get in. This kicks off this amazing little feedback loop. It all starts with one tiny, almost laughably small action. When you do it, you get a small success. And your brain goes, hey, good job, and gives you a little jolt of motivation. And that feeling makes you ready to take on the next small action. See? It's a cycle that feeds itself. So, how do you get this amazing cycle started? Well, you don't try to climb the whole mountain in one go. You just focus on picking up one single pebble at the base. The real secret here is to shrink the task until it's so tiny, so non-threatening, that your brain doesn't have a reason to say no. You're basically lowering the bar for getting started so low that you can just step right over it. Let's look at some real-world examples. The task isn't write my research paper. No way. It's just open a new document and type the title. That's it. The goal isn't clean the entire house. It's put one dish in the dishwasher. You don't have to commit to start exercising. You just have to put on your workout shoes. Each tiny action is just about tipping over that first little domino. So let's bring this home. How can you use this idea right now, like in the next 5 minutes, to kickstart your own motivation cycle? It all comes down to this number, 1. One tiny action is all it takes to get that flywheel spinning. Don't think about the 100 other things you have to do. Just focus on one. So, what could that one thing be for you? Maybe it's sending that one email you've been avoiding, or reading just one page of a book. How about writing a single sentence for that report? Or even just clearing off one small corner of your desk. That's it. That's your first tiny win. And that's where your first jolt of motivation is going to come from. So forget about that massive to-do list for a second. I want you to ask yourself, what is the one absurdly small action you can take right now to get this cycle started? Go on, go do that one thing and just see what happens next.